ॐ शिवशक्तिसमारम्भां भास्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मत्श्रीनाथपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् हरि ओम. Yes, let's do a review of the fifth chapter. Is Anandji there today, Sindhuji?
He's there. He's coming. Just 1 minute.
Okay, no problem. So Padma Garu, do you want to do the first up to from 1 to 40? And then Sindhuji Anandji can do from 41 to 87.
Sure.
Okay. हरिः ओम् पञ्चमोऽध्यायम् ॐ क्लीं ऋषिर्वाच पुरा शुम्भुनिशुम्भाभ्यामसुराभ्यां शशीपतेः त्रैलोक्यं यज्ञभागाश्च हृता मदपराश्रयात् तावैव सूर्यतां तद्वदधिकारं तदैन्दवं कौबेरमथयाम्यं च चक्राते वरुणस्य च तावेव पवनर्धिं च चक्रतुर्वह्निकर्म च तदो देवा विनुर्धूता भ्रष्टराज्या पराजिताः त्रिदशास्ताभ्यां सर्वे निराकृताः महासुराभ्यां तां देवीं संस्मरन्त्यपराजितां तया वरो दत्तो यथा पत्कृताखिलाः भवतां नाशयिष्यामि तत्क्षणात् परमापदः इति कृत्वा मतिं देवाहि मवन्तं
Nageshwaram.
right?
Somehow I think your voice just broke at some letter, so maybe you said it. Nageshwaram.
Nageshwaram जगृस्तत्र ततो देवीं विष्णुमायां प्रतिष्ठुवुः देवावूचुः नमो देव्यै महादेव्यै शिवायै सततं नमः नमः प्रकृत्यै भद्रायै नियता प्रणतास्मतां रौद्रायै नमो नित्यायै गौर्यै धात्रै नमो नमः ज्योत्स्नायै चेन्दुरूपिण्यै सुखायै सततं नमः कल्याण्यै प्रणतां वृद्ध्यै सिद्ध्यै कूर्मो नमो नमः
Kurmo. Short kurmo.
Ro, it has longer M, right?
Yeah, ro is a long O, but the ku is a short U. Yeah.
Kurmo namo namaha nairutyai bhuprutam lakshmai sarvanyai te namo namaha durgayai durgaparayai sarayai sarvakarinyai ख्यात्यै तदैव कृष्णायै धूम्रायै च सततं नमः अतिसौम्यातिरौद्रायै नतास्तस्यै नमो नमः नमो जगत्प्रतिष्ठायै देव्यै कृत्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु विष्णुमायेति शब्दिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु चेतनेत्यभिधीयते नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः.
Padma Garu, just once more, that bhuteshu and the next word, say it together. Don't leave too much of a pause. Then it sounds like a long U. Okay.
Okay. या देवी सर्वभूतेषु बुद्धिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु निद्रारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु क्षुद्धारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः.
One small correction there. I heard a double da. It's only one dha. Shuddha.
Ha, am I right?
Yeah, but I heard it like two das. Shuddha I heard, but it's Shuddha. That's it. Okay.
Shuddha. Okay. या देवी सर्वभूतेषु क्षुधा रूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु छाया रूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु तृष्णारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु क्षान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः. Can I go 2 more and it's
I think 40. Yeah, I think you can stop there. Yeah, because that's
yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Anandji, can you go from the Jati Rupena?
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु जातिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्ये 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लज्जारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्ये 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्ये 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु श्रद्धारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्ये 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु कान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्ये 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लक्ष्मीरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्ये 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु वृत्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्ये 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु स्मृतिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्ये 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु दयारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्ये 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु तुष्टिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्ये 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्ये 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु भ्रान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्ये 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 नमो नमः। इन्द्रियाणाम् अधिष्ठात्री भूतानां चाखिलेषु या भूतेषु सततं तस्य व्याप्ति देवे नमो नमः। चितिरूपेण या कृष्णेद्मेतद्व्याप्या स्थिता जगत् नमस्तस्ये 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 नमो नमः। स्तुतासुरे पूर्वमभीष्टसंश्रया तदा सुरेन्द्रेण दिनेषु सेविता करोतु सा नः शुभहेतुरीश्वरी शुभानि भद्राणि विहन्तु चापदः। या साम्प्रतं चोद्धत दैत्यतापितेर् अस्माभिरीशा च सुरेर्नमस्ते याजा स्मृता तत्क्षणमेव हन्दिनः सर्वापदो भक्तिविनम्रमूर्तिभिः। ऋषिर्वाच एवं स्तवादियुक्तानां देवानां चत्र पार्वती स्नातमभ्याययो तो ये जाह्नव्या नृपनन्दन साम्प्रवीतान् सुरान् शुभ्रोर्भवद्भिः स्तूयते तेत्रका शरीरकोशतस्यास्य समुद्भूता ब्रवीचिव स्तोत्रं ममेतत् क्रियते शम्भुदैत्ये निराकृतेः
शुम्भदैत्यं first line.
Oh, sorry. स्तोत्रं ममेतत् क्रियते शुम्भदैत्ये निराकृतेः देवे समेते समरे निशुम्भेन सपराजितेः शरीरकोशाध्यत्स्यास् पार्वत्यानि सुताम्बिका कौशिकीति समस्तेषु ततो लोकेषु गीयते.
Okay, I think that's where we stopped last time. Very good. Okay, so let's just quickly catch up on some of the meanings. I think I had explained the meaning for each of those namastasye. So kind of up to about 82, we had already covered it, right? I'll see, maybe we'll break this into 2 or we'll do everything together. So just a recap, right? So the Shumbha, Nishumbha, 2 demons, they came and they kind of drove Indra and everybody out of the heavenly world. So they all then decided, what do I do? Then they remembered kind of what happened in the previous chapter, where Devi said, hey, whenever you want, you think about me. That is a boon the Devi had given, because they had done the Devi Stuti in the 4th chapter, right? So she said, whenever you want to think about me, and then I'll come. So they said, okay, let me use that, let me exercise that boon that has been given to me. So then they come to Himalayas area, and then they do this Namastasya, they do this Stuti to the Devi. So while they were engrossed, now the Rishi is continuing the story. So up to, like I said, I think in the last class also, like up to 82 is the Stuti, right? So that is something you can say every day. That's a Stuti that you do to the Devi. That is part of the Devi Suktam, right? We said. So then Rishi is continuing the story now, saying that while the gods were engaged in the stuti of the Devi, praising the Devi. At that time, one lady came to bath in the Ganges. So Devi Parvati comes to bath in the Ganges when they are doing the stuti. So when he's doing the stuti, then the Parvati is asking, what, I heard the stuti that you all have been chanting there. So who are you praising, right? This great stuti, who are you praising, right? So before the Devas could answer, from the kosha of the Devi. So like the body in Ayurveda, your body has 5 layers, right? So it just says from one of the koshas. That's why if you look at 85, it says Sharira kosha raschasyas. So from the kosha or from the sheath of the Parvati Devi, one person emerges out. And that person who emerges out is saying that this hymn, the stuti that you heard all this time, has been addressed to me, because these devas have been routed away from their kingdoms by Shumbha and Nishumbha. They need help. So they were actually doing this stuti to me. So because this Devi came from the kosha of Parvati, she is called as Kaushiki. So that's why where some of them it'll come Kaushiki. Anyway, when it comes, I'll tell you where it comes, right? So she's called as Kaushiki because she actually came from the kosha, from the from the sheath of the Devi. So now what happens is, after this Kaushiki actually comes from the Devi, the Parvati who was there, who came to bath, she becomes completely black in color, right? Because one portion of her energy has come out, and then she goes back to the Himalayas as Kalika. Okay, so those are the kind of the various forms of Devi. So Parvati is coming, she comes to bath. From her kosha, one form emerges. She's called Kaushiki, and then this Parvati who's left over now becomes Kalika, and then she goes back to the Himalayas. So now this Devi who is there, so she's standing there. So now the Shumbha and Nishumba, right? So they have the lot of characters are going to come. So at the top of the hierarchy is Shumbha, right? He's the elder brother. He has a brother who's Nishumba. They both are kind of the rulers, right? They are the primary kind of the kings. So they have next in line commandments who are Chanda and Munda. So these Chanda and Munda, who are their kind of lead people, so they happen to come there and they see this Kaushiki. So this Kaushiki is very beautiful and very good looking. So, so they actually come look at this lady, and then they immediately rush back to their king, Shumba, and they go back and tell Shumba, that king, we were walking in the Himalayas, and then we actually saw this person who was extremely beautiful, right? As if she was kind of illuminating the Himalayas, because Himalayas already has a lot of snow. So it is kind of very bright, but she was even more brighter than the snow in the Himalayas, right? That's how beautiful she was. And she says she definitely looked like some kind of a goddess, right? Because she was actually radiating so much. So she definitely is some goddess. And then they say, what? She tells, oh, Shumba, you have kind of taken everything that actually exists in this world. From Indra, you stole the Airavata, you've taken the Uchchaisravas, the horse, you have taken everything from the Devas. And Nishumbha also similarly, from Agni and Varuna, from Kubera, you all have taken everything. You possess everything that is there in the world to possess. But the most beautiful woman in the world, who's like a goddess, you don't possess, because I just saw her there, right? So they say that I think it is only obvious that, you all one of you should go marry her. That is a fair thing, because then you'll be complete, right? Because you have everything else, but this is actually missing. So when that's what, and they go on describing, all the multiple things that they actually have, and how, this is something that is missing. So now hearing these words of Chanda and Munda, right? Shumba, who's the elder brother, he says, you're right, right? I feel incomplete because I have so many things. I'm missing this one thing. And he says, I need somebody to go and send a message. So he sends a messenger who's going to come later. His name is Sugriva. So he sends his messenger and tells, Sugriva, you go speak to this person that Chanda and Munda are talking, and tell her good things about me, right? And she'll be very delighted hearing about my greatness, and then she'll very quickly come to me. So it's very obvious, right? The moment the lady hears about me, she'll want to marry me. So you just bring her over to me, right? So Sugriva, this messenger, actually goes there to Devi. And then the messenger first, like anytime anybody talks, they first try to talk in a nice way before they start threatening you, right? So they say in a very nice way that I'm here representing, I'm a messenger, I'm representing this great Shumbha. And the Shumba, by the way, the Shumba and Nishumba have taken over the 3 worlds. So they pretty much kicked Indra and everybody out. So they are pretty much rulers of the 3 worlds. right? And I think you will be the best fit for them. And he talks about all the jewels they have, about how they have all the Airavata. He gives a big description, right? Kind of saying why it's totally worth for this Devi to actually marry them. So, and he says, you should probably do that. So now the Devi, when she actually hears that, right, she says, what you're saying is right, right? She says, Shumba has taken over the whole world. Sorry, silence it. So Shumba has taken over the whole world. He has everything that is there in his possession. And it's obviously, Devi says, I'm good looking, so obviously he'll want to marry me. But she says, when I was young, I made a bad vow to myself. She says, I vowed to myself that only a person who can defeat me and who is equal in valor to me and who can get rid of me, I will marry that person. Now, of course, that is a mistake I did, because I didn't know that I'll get such a match from Shumba Nishumba, right? So she says, I was not that knowledgeable when I took that vow, but I've taken a vow, so I can't do anything. So now this Shumba he gets angry, right? And he says that if you don't come, then I will have to abduct you, right? I'll have to drag you by your hair and snatch you and take, right? So the Devi says, well, you say Shumba, Nishumba are brave people. You go tell them, I understand that, but I'm willing to marry them, but they have to defeat me because that's a war. So that is a message you have to now go and take to Shumba, Nishumba. So with that, the 5th chapter comes to an end, because 5th chapter is the praise and then the conversation between the messenger and the Devi that is actually happening. I think next chapter is when we'll see what happens next, right? Okay. So
Rajesh,
today,
quick question. இந்த யாதேவி சுரபூதேஷு லைன்லயே அந்த 3 அவ சொல்ற 75
last class சொல்லியிருந்தேன், அந்த ஹோமம் பண்ணும்போது you do it 3 times, you do swaha at that point.
அதனாலயா?
அதான். So அது வந்து like it will come like யாதேவி சர்வபூதேஷு மாத்ரு ரூபேண சம்ஸ்திதா நமஸ்தஸ்யை ஸ்வாஹா நமஸ்தஸ்யை ஸ்வாஹா Namastasye namo namah swaha. 3 times for this. So that's why the 3 numbers are written there.
Thank you. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So
Rajesh, this in Lalita Sahasranama we have that Panja Koshandarastida. There is a one Devi.
Correct.
It's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Pancha kosha is like the one who has 5 koshas, who has 5 sheets, right? But it doesn't tell from which sheet Kaushika comes, but it says from one of your sheet Kaushika came.
So Lalitambika is also the same thing.
Yeah, correct. Okay, so let's see who was supposed to do today. Okay, so Lalita, you can be a student, and then Valligar, you can be a student. Okay. Stanza 88. Tasyam vinirgatayam tu, short u, Krishna bhutsapi Parvati. Krishna means black color, right? So that's why he's saying Parvati has become black color, because the Kaushiki has come out in the previous stanza. Kali Keti Samakhyata Himachala Kritashraya. Tasyam Vinirgatayam tu Krishna Bhutsapi Parvati. Kali Keti Samakhyata Himachala Kritashraya.
Tasyam vinirgatayam tu Krishna bhutsapi Parvati. Kaliketi samakyata Himachala Kritashraya. Tasyam vinirgatayam tu Krishna bhutsapi Parvati. Kaliketi samakyata Himachala Kritashraya.
Tasyam vinirgatayam tu Krishna bhutsapi Parvati. Kaliketi samakhyata Himachala Kritashraya. Tasyam vinirgatayam tu Krishna bhutsapi Parvati. Kaliketi samakhyata Himachala Kritashraya.
Tatombikam param rupam bibhranam su manoharam dadarsha chando mundascha bhrityau shumbha nishumbhayoho. Tatombikam param rupam bibhranam su manoharam dadarsha chando mundascha bhrityau shumbha nishumbhayoho.
Tatombikam param rupam bibhranam sumanoharam Tadarsha chando mundascha bhrityau shumbha nishumbhayoho. Tatombikam param rupam bibhranam sumanoharam Tadarsha chando mundascha bhrityau shumbha nishumbhayoho.
Tatombika param rupam bibhranam sumanoharam Tadarsha chando mundascha bhrityau shumbha nishumbhayoho. ततोऽम्बिकां परं रूपं बिभ्राणां सुमनोहरं ददर्श चण्डो मुण्डश्च भृत्यो शुम्भनिशुम्भयोः
ताभ्यां शुम्भाय चाख्याता sativa. Some books have ativa. If you have ativa, change it. Sativa su manohara kapyaste stri maharaja bhasayanti himachalam. ताभ्यां शुम्भाय चाख्याता सातीव सुमनोहरा काप्यास्ते स्त्री महाराज भासयन्ती हिमाचलम्.
ताभ्यां शुम्भाय चाख्याता सातीव सुमनोहरा काप्यास्ते स्त्री महाराज भासयन्ती हिमाचलम् ताभ्यां शुम्भाय चाख्याता सातीव सुमनोहरा काप्यास्ते स्त्री महाराज भासयन्ती हिमाचलम्
ताभ्यां शुम्भाय चाख्याता सातीव सुमनोहरा काप्यास्ते स्त्रीमहाराज भासयन्ती हिमाचलम् ताभ्यां शुम्भाय चाख्याता सातीव मनोहरं सातीव सुमनोहरा काप्यास्ते स्त्रीमहाराज भासयन्ती हिमाचलम्.
Malligaru, that Shumbhaya it's not sh, it's not coming out properly, it's coming out as sa. Shumbhaya, first line.
Tabhyam Shumbhaya Chakyata, and the next one I have A and Tiva.
Yeah, that's why you change it to Sativa. The Ativa, you change it to Sativa. Okay, in the new book it has changed to Sativa. So Naiva Tadrik Kwachit Drupam Drishtam Kenachit Uttamam. If you want to break it, Kenachit Uttamam. Nyayatam Kapyasau Devi Longi Grihyatam Chasureshwara. नैव तादृक् क्वचित् रूपं दृष्टं केनचिदुत्तमं न्यायतां काप्यसौ देवी गृह्यतां चासुरेश्वर.
नैव तादृक् क्वचिद् रूपं दृष्टं केनचिदुत्तमं न्यायतां काप्यसौ देवी गृह्यतां चाशुरेश्वर नैव तादृक् क्वचिद् रूपं दृष्टं केनचित् उत्तमं न्यायतां काप्यसौ देवी गृह्यतां चाशुरेश्वर.
नैव तादृक् क्वचिद् रूपं दृष्टं केनचिदुत्तमं न्यायतां काप्यसौ देवी गृह्यतां चासुरेश्वर नैव तादृक् क्वचिद् रूपं दृष्टं केनचिदुत्तमं न्यायतां काप्यसौ देवी गृह्यतां चासुरेश्वर.
श्री रत्नमति चार्वंगी द्योतयन्ती दिशस्त्विषा. So first sha, then is दिशस्त्विषा. सातु तिष्ठति दैत्येन्द्र तां भवान् द्रष्टुमर्हति. स्त्रीरत्नमति चार्वंगी द्योतयन्ती दिशस्त्विषा. सातु तिष्ठति दैत्येन्द्र तां भवान् द्रष्टुमर्हति.
स्त्रीरत्नमति चार्वंगी द्योतयन्ती दिशात्विषा सातु तिष्ठति दैत्येन्द्र तां भवान् द्रष्टुमर्हति.
And the first line, last word,
दिशस्त्विषा.
Yeah, correct.
स्त्रीरत्नमति चार्वंगी द्योतयन्ती दिशस्त्विषा सातु तिष्ठति दैत्येन्द्र तां भवान् द्रष्टुमर्हति.
श्रीरत्नमति चार्वंगी द्योतयन्ती द्विषस्त्विषा सातु तिष्ठति दैत्येन्द्र तां भवान् द्रष्टुमर्हति. श्रीरत्नमति चार्वंगी द्योतयन्ती द्विषस्त्विषा सातु तिष्ठति दैत्येन्द्र तां भवान् द्रष्टुमर्हति.
यानि रत्नानि मनयो गजाश्वादीनि वै प्रभो त्रैलोके तु समस्तानि साम्प्रतं भान्ति ते गृहे. All the T's coming here are short E's. T and E. यानि रत्नानि मनयो गजाश्वादीनि वै प्रभो त्रैलोके तु समस्तानि साम्प्रतं भान्ति ते गृहे.
यानि रत्नानि मनयो गजाश्वादीनि वै प्रभो त्रैलोक्ये तु समस्तानि साम्प्रतं भान्ति ते गृहे यानि रत्नानि मनयो गजाश्वाधीनि वै प्रभो त्रैलोक्ये तु समस्तानि साम्प्रतं भान्ति ते गृहे
यानि रत्नानि मणयो गजा स्वादीनि वै प्रभो त्रैलोक्ये तु समस्तानि सम्प्रतं भ्रान्ति ते गृहे
Sampratam,
यानि
second line.
साम्प्रतं भ्रान्ति ते गृहे यानि रत्नानि मणयो
Sorry, Maligar. Bhanti. I think you said Bhanti. Bhanti. Sampratam.
Bhranti, right?
No. Sampratam, that is pra. Bhanti te grihe.
Oh, there is ra after with together with bha here.
Yeah.
Bhanti. Okay. यानि रत्नानि मणयो गजा स्वादीनि वै प्रभो त्रैलोक्ये तु समस्तानि सम्प्रतं भान्ति ते गृहे
Sampratam.
भान्ति ते गृहे
Airab.
Rajeshji, that is Yani Ratnani Manayo or Manayo?
Na.
Na.
Yeah. Narayana. That na.
Okay.
Thanks.
Trilokye. Sorry. Airavataha. Put is Airavatas Samanito Gajaratnam Purandarat Parijata Tarushchayam Tataivochaihi. You put a ish there. Tataivochai Shrava Hayaha. That is actually Uchchai Shrava. That's the word which is coming there. Uchchai Shrava. I think for those who did Narayanyam, 28th chapter, the churning of the ocean happens. Uchchai Shrava is one of the hearts which actually comes out from there, right? So Tataivochai Shrava Hayaha. Airavatas Samanito Gajaratnam Purandharat Parijata Tarushchayam Tataivochai Shrava Hayaha.
ऐरावतः समानीतो गजरत्नं पुरन्दरात् पारिजाततरुश्चायं तथैवोच्चैश्रवाहयः ऐरावतः समानीतो गजरत्नं पुरन्दरात् पारिजाततरुश्चायं तथैवोच्चैश्रवाहयः
ऐरावतः समानीतो गजरत्नं पुरन्धरात् पारिजाततरुश्चायं तथैवोश्चैश्रवाहयः ऐरावतः समानीतो गजरत्नं पुरन्धरात् पारिजाततरुश्चायं तथैवोश्चैश्रवाहयः
Vimanam Hamsa Samyuktam Etat Tishtati. If you want to break it, Samyuktam Etat Tishtati Tengane Ratna Bhuta Mihanitam Yadasit Vedasodbhutam. Vedasa Adbhutam. We can say it will be together. Vedasodbhutam. Vimanam Hamsa Samyuktam Etat Tishtati Tengane Ratna Bhuta Mihanitam Yadasit Vedasodbhutam.
विमानं हंससंयुक्तमेतत् तिष्ठति तेऽङ्गणे रत्नभूतमिहानीतं यदासीद् वेदसोद्बुधं विमानं हंसयुक्तमेतत् तिष्ठति तेऽङ्गणे रत्नभूतमिहानीतं यदासीद् वेदसोद्बुधं.
Then the first line Hamsa Samyuktam.
Oh, विमानं हंससंयुक्तम् एतत् तिष्ठति तेऽङ्गणे.
And then Adbhutam Tad. Then first time you said Da.
Yeah, I said Adbhutam. Yeah, sorry.
विमानं हंससंयुक्तम् एतत् तिष्ठति तेऽङ्गणे रत्नभूतमिहानीतं यदासीद् वेदसोद्भुतं विमानं हंससंयुक्तम् एतत् तिष्ठति तेऽङ्गणे रत्नभूतमिहानीतं यदासीद् वेदसोद्भुतम्.
Nidhiresha Mahapadmaha. Put is Padmas Samanito Dhaneshwarat Kinjalkinim Dadau Chabdir Malam Amlana. So just break that ma there. Chabdir Malam Amlana Pankajam. Nidhiresha Mahapadmas Samanito Dhaneshwarat Kinjalkinim Dadau Chabdir Malam Amlana Pankajam.
निधिरेश महापद्म समानीतो धनेश्वरात् किंजल्कनीं ददौ चाब्धिर्मालाम् अम्लानपङ्कजां निधिरेष महापद्मः समानीतो धनेश्वरात् किञ्जल्कनीं ददौ
Kinjal
किञ्जल्किनीं ददौ चाब्धिर्मालाम् अम्लानपङ्कजाम्.
What is Kinjalkini
That
actually?
is a type of garland which is made up of the lotus, the Mahapadma. It is a lotus, a string of lotuses which form together a specific garland called as Kinjalkini, which was taken from Kubera. So he's describing all the things that they have taken from Nishumba, have taken from all the gods. He talks about this is what they've taken from the Lord of Wealth, Kubera.
निधिरेष महापद्मः समानीतो धनेश्वरात् किञ्जल्किनीं दधौ चाब्धिः मालामम्लानपङ्कजाम्. निधिरेष महापद्मः समानीतो धनेश्वरात् किञ्जल्किनीं दधौ चाब्धिः मालामम्लानपङ्कजाम्.
छत्रं ते वारुणं गेहे काञ्चनस्रावि तिष्ठति short e तथायं स्यन्दनबरो yaha is there put a f yaf purasit prajapatehe छत्रं ते वारुणं गेहे काञ्चनस्रावि तिष्ठति तथायं स्यन्दनवरो यः पुरासीत् प्रजापतेः
अन्ते वारुणं गेहे काञ्चनस्त्रावितिष्ठति तथायं स्यन्दनवरो वा स्यन्दनवरो यः पुरासीत् प्रजापतेः छत्रं ते वारुणं गेहे काञ्चनस्त्रावितिष्ठति तथायं
काञ्चनस्रावि not travi sra काञ्चनस्रावि sra sr
okay sorry छत्रं ते वारुणं गेहे काञ्चनस्रावितिष्ठति तथायं स्यन्दनवरो यः पुरासीत् प्रजापतेः
छत्रं ते वारुणं गेहे काञ्चनस्रावितिष्ठति तथायं स्यन्दनवरो यः पुरासीत् प्रजापतेः. छत्रं ते वारुणं गेहे काञ्चनस्रावितिष्ठति तथायं स्यन्दनवरो यः पुरासीत् प्रजापतेः.
मृत्योरुत्क्रान्तिदा नाम शक्तिरीश त्वया हृता पाशः पुट इस् पाशस् सलिल राजस्य भ्रातुस्तव परिग्रहे मृत्योरुत्क्रान्तिदा नाम शक्तिरीश त्वया हृता पाशः सलिल राजस्य भ्रातुस्तव परिग्रहे
मृत्योरुत्क्रान्तिदा नाम शक्तिरीश त्वया हृता पाशसलिलस्य भ्रातुस्तव परिग्रहे मृत्योरुत्क्रान्तिदा नाम शक्तिरीश त्वया हृता पाशसलिलराजस्य भ्रातुस्तव परिग्रहे
मृत्योरुत्क्रान्तिदा नाम शक्तिरीश त्वया हृता पाशसलिलराजस्य भ्रातुस्तव परिग्रहे मृत्योरुत्क्रान्तिदा नाम शक्तिरीश त्वया हृता पाशसलिलराजस्य भ्रातुस्तव परिग्रहे
निशुम्भस्याब्धि जाताश्च समस्ता रत्नजातयः वह्निरपि ददौ तुभ्यं that ma that is there you break it that comes halfway तुभ्यं अग्नि शौचे च वाससि निशुम्भस्याब्धि जाताश्च समस्ता रत्नजातयः वह्निरपि ददौ तुभ्यं अग्नि शौचे च वाससि
निशुम्भस्याब्धिजाताश्च समस्ता रत्नजातयः वह्निरपि ददौ तुभ्यम् अग्निशौचे च वाससि निशुम्भस्याब्धिजाताश्च समस्ता रत्नजातयः वह्निरपि ददौ तुभ्यम् अग्निशौचे च वाससि
निशुम्भस्याब्धिजाताश्च समस्ता रत्नजातयः वह्निरपि ददौ तुभ्यम् अग्निशौचे च वाससि निशुम्भस्याब्धिजाताश्च समस्ता रत्नजातयः वह्निरपि ददौ तुभ्यम् अग्निशौचे च वाससि
Evam Daityendra Ratnani Samastan Yahritani. So you can say that together. Samastan Yahritani Te Stri Ratnamesha Kalyani Tvaya Kasmana Grihyate. So this is what he's saying. You have all the things he described, right? And all these stanzas saying, you know, you have this Ratnam, you have this from Kubera, you have this from Varni, from Agni, you have this from, Varuna, you have all these things. So Daityendra Ratnani, you have all the things of value, O king of Daityas. However, Stri Ratnamesha Kalyani, this Kalyani, this goddess, who a woman I saw there, who is the jewel among the women, how can you not possess her? How can you not have her for yourself, right? Evam Daityendra Ratnani Samasthanyahritani te Stri Ratnamesha Kalyani Tvaya Kasmanna Grihyate.
Evam Daityendra Ratnani Samastanya Hrvad Hritani Samastanya Hritani te Striratnamesha Kalyani Tvaya Kasmanna Grihyate. Evam Daityendra Ratnani Samastanya Hyani Samastanya Hritani te Samastanya Hritani te Striratnamesha Kalyani Tvaya Kasmanna Grihyate.
Evam Daityendra Ratnani Samastanya Hrutani te Sriratnamesha Kalyani Tvayi Kasmanna Gruhyate.
Tvaya
Evam
Kasman.
Daityendra
The second line.
Tvaya Kasmanna. Okay. Tvayi I said, okay. Evam Daityendra Ratnani Samastanya Hrutani te Sriratnamesha Kalyani Tvaya Kasmanna Gruhyate.
Rishiru Vacha Nishamyeti Vachaha putta ish Shumbaha putta is Shumbas Satada Chanda Mundayoho Preshayamasa Sugrivam. This is the messenger Sugriva who he's going to send now. Dutam Devya Mahasuram. Sending him as a Dutam, sending him as a messenger. Rishiruvacha Nishamhiti Vacha Shumbas Satada Chanda Mundayoho Preshayamasa Sugrivam Dutam Devya Mahasuram.
Rushirivacha Nishamyeti Vacha Shumbas Satada Chandamundayoho Preshayamasa Sugrivam Dutam Devya Mahasuram. Rushiruvacha Nishamyeti Vacha Shumbas Satada Chandamundayoho Preshayamasa Sugrivam Dutam Devya Mahasuram.
Rishiruvacha Nisamyeti Vacha Sumbha Satata Chandamundayoho Preshayamasa Sugrivam Dutam Devya Mahasuram. Rishiruvacha Nisamyeti Vacha Sumbha Satata Chandamundayoho Preshayamasa Sugrivam Dutam Devya Mahasuram.
Valigori in Shumba Sha in the first line. Okay. Iti cheti cha vaktavya sa gatva vachanan mama yatha chabhyeti sampritya tatha karyam tvaya laghu short u. Iti cheti cha vaktavya sa gatva vachanan mama yatha chabhyeti sampritya tatha karyam tvaya laghu.
Iti cheti cha vaktavya sagatva vachanan mama yata chabhyeti sampritya tatha karyam tvaya laghu. Iti cheti cha vaktavya sagatva vachanan mama yata chabhyeti sampritya tatha karyam tvaya laghu.
Iti cheti cha vaktavya sagatva vachanan mama yatha chabhyeti sampritya tatha karyam tvaya laghu. Iti cheti cha vaktavya sagatva vachanan mama yatha chabhyeti sampritya tatha karyam tvaya laghu.
Yeah, we'll switch halfway. Think Pratibhagar, you can be a student, and Shobha, Suresh, you can be a student. Tastra Gatva Yatraste Shailodhesheti, the two das coming there, Shailodhesheti Shobhane Sa long Devi Tam Tataha, put a F Tatah Praha Shlakshnam. So Ish La Iksh Shlakshnam Maduraya Gira सतत्र गत्वा यत्रास्ते शैलोद्देशेति शोभने सा देवी तां ततः प्राह श्लक्ष्णं मधुरया गिरा
सा तत्र गत्वा यत्रास्ते शैलोद्देशेति शोभने सा देवी तां ततः प्राह श्लक्ष्णं मधुरया गिरा.
Pratibha Garu, the first letter is sa. First line is just sa. Second line is sa.
स तत्र गत्वा यत्रास्ते शैलोद्देशेति शोभने सा देवी तां ततः प्राह श्लक्ष्णं मधुरया गिरा.
स तत्र गत्वा यत्रास्ते शैलोद्देशेति शोभने सा देवी तां ततः प्राह श्लक्ष्णं मधुरया गिरा. स तत्र गत्वा यत्रास्ते शैलोद्देशेति शोभने सा देवी तां ततः प्राह श्लक्ष्णं मधुरया गिरा.
Duta vacha Devi Daiteshwaraha put is Daiteshwarash Shumbhas Trailoke Parameshwaraha Dutoham Preshitastena Tvatsakasham Ihagataha, or you can say it together, Tvatsakasham Ihagataha. He's saying that Shumbha is Trailokya of the three worlds, is the Parameshwara. He's the ruler now, pretty much, right, of the three worlds. That's what he's saying there. Dutavacha Devi Daiteshwara Shumbhastrailoke Parameshwaraha Dutoham Preshitastena Tvatsakashamihagataha.
दूत उवाच देवी दैत्येश्वर शुम्भस्त्रैलोके परमेश्वरः दूतोऽहं प्रेषितस्तेन वत्सकाशमिहागतः. देवी दैत्येश्वर शुम्भस्त्रैलोके परमेश्वरः दूतोऽहं प्रेषितस्तेन वत्सकाशमिहागतः.
The first Devi is a first line is a short E. Okay, I think second time you made it a long one. So
दूत उवाच देवी दैत्येश्वर शुम्भस्त्रैलोके परमेश्वरः दूतोऽहं प्रेषितस्तेन त्वत्सकाशमिहागतः. दूत उवाच देवी दैत्येश्वर शुम्भस्त्रैलोके परमेश्वरः दूतोऽहं प्रेषितस्तेन त्वत्सकाशमिहागतः.
Avyahatagnyaha put is Sarvasu Yaha put is again Sada Deva Yonishu Nirjitakhila Daityarihi again put is Daityaris Sa Yadaha Srunushva Tat Avyahatagnya Sarvasu Yasada Deva Yonishu Nirjitakhila Daityaris Sa Yadaha Srunushva Tat.
अव्याहताज्ञ सर्वासु यस्सदा देवयोनिषु निर्जिताखिल दैत्यारिष्यदाह शृणुष्वतत्. स यदाह शृणुष्वतत्. अव्याहताज्ञ सर्वासु यस्सदा देवयोनिषु निर्जिताखिल दैत्यारिष्यदाह यदाह शृणुष्वतत्.
अव्याहताज्ञ सर्वासु यस्सदा देवयोनिषु निर्जिताखिल दैत्यारिस् यदाह शृणुष्वतत्. अव्याहताज्ञ सर्वासु यस्सदा देवयोनिषु निर्जिताखिल दैत्यारिस् यदाह शृणुष्वतत्.
Mama Trailokyam Akhilam Mama Deva Vashanugaha Yajna Bhaganaham Sarvan, we can break it that in there Sarvan Upashnami Pritak Pritak. Mama Trailokyam Akhilam Mama Deva Vashanugaha Yajna Bhaganagam Sarvan Upashnami Pritak Pritak.
मम त्रैलोक्यमखिलं मम देवावशानुगाः यज्ञभागानहं सर्वान् उपाश्नामि पृथक् पृथक्. मम त्रैलोक्यमखिलं मम देवावशानुगाः यज्ञभागानहं सर्वान् उपाश्नामि पृथक् पृथक्
मम त्रैलोक्यमखिलं मम देवावशानुगाः यज्ञभागानहं सर्वानुपाश्नामि पृथक् पृथक् मम त्रैलोक्यमखिलं मम देवावशानुगाः यज्ञभागानहं सर्वानुपाश्नामि पृथक् पृथक्
त्रैलोक्ये वर रत्नानि short e मम वश्यान्य शेषतः तथैव गज रत्नं च हृत्वा देवेन्द्र वाहनम् त्रैलोक्ये वर रत्नानि मम वश्यान्यशेषतः तथैव गज रत्नं च हृत्वा देवेन्द्र वाहनम्
त्रैलोक्ये वररत्नानि मम वश्यान्यशेषतः तथैव गजरत्नं च हृत्वा देवेन्द्रवाहनम् त्रैलोक्ये वररत्नानि मम वश्यान्यशेषतः तथैव गजरत्नं च हृत्वा देवेन्द्रवाहनम्
त्रैलोक्ये वररत्नानि मम वश्यान्यशेषतः तथैव गजरत्नं च हृत्वा देवेन्द्रवाहनम् त्रैलोक्ये वररत्नानि मम वश्यान्यशेषतः तथैव गजरत्नं च हृत्वा देवेन्द्रवाहनम्
क्षीरोद मथनोद्भूतं अद्भुतं but anyway क्षीरोद मथनोद्भूतं अश्वरत्नं you can break at that ma अश्वरत्नं ममामरैहि उच्चैहि again put ish उच्चै श्रवस sanyam tat. It's easy to say that tat along with the previous line. So sanyam tat pranipatya samarpitam. So again, he is also saying the same thing. The Duta is coming and saying that the Kshiroda, from the churning of the Milky Ocean, whatever came, Ashwaratnam, which is the jewel among the horses, which came, the Uchchai Shravasa is also there with Shumba. Shumba is sending this to the messenger. Messenger is telling this to the Devi. क्षीरोदमतनोद्भूतमश्वरत्नं ममामरैः उच्चैश्रवससन्यं तत् प्रणिपत्य समर्पितम्
क्षीरोदमतनोद्भूतम् अश्वरत्नं ममामरैः उच्चैश्रवससंज्ञतत् प्रणिपत्य समर्पितम्.
So that second line, first word, sanyam, the nya also has a dot on top, right? So that the dot on top of the sa becomes a in, technically speaking. So shravasa sanyam tat.
क्षीरोदमतनोद्भूत अश्वरत्नं ममामरैः उच्चैश्रवसंज्ञतत् प्रणिपत्य समर्पितम्.
क्षीरोद्मदनोद्भूतम् अश्वरत्नं ममामरैः उच्चैश्रवससंज्ञं तत् प्रणिपत्य समर्पितम्.
Shobha, on the first line, kshiroda, the da sound. I think you said kshirod.
Okay. क्षीरोदमदनोद्भूतम् अश्वरत्नं ममामरैः उच्चैश्रवससंज्ञं तत् प्रणिपत्य समर्पितम्.
Pranipatya.
प्रदने okay. Okay.
यानि चान्यानि देवेषु शॉटु गंधर्वेषुरगेषु च रत्न भूतानि तानि मय्येव शोभने. All of them are short e's there. यानि चान्यानि देवेषु गंधर्वेषुरगेषु च रत्न भूतानि तानि मय्येव शोभने.
यानि चान्यानि देवेषु गन्धर्वेषु रगेषु च रत्नभूतानि तानि मय्येव शोभने. यानि चान्यानि देवेषु गन्धर्वेषु रगेषु च रत्नभूतानि तानि मय्येव शोभने.
यानि चान्यानि देवेषु गन्धर्वेषु रगेषु च रत्नभूतानि तानि मय्येव शोभने. यानि चान्यानि देवेषु गन्धर्वेषु रगेषु च रत्नभूतानि भूतानि तानि मय्येव शोभने.
Shubhan, the first line la Gandharveshura, that's a long U, okay?
Okay.
Sri Ratna Bhutam Tvam Devi, short E, Loke Manyamahe Vayam, Sa Tvam Asmanupagacha, multiple words. You can, if you want to break it, it will be Tvam Asman Upagacha, 3 different words, or you say the whole thing together also. Sa Tvam Asmanupagacha Yato Ratna Bhujo Vayam. Sriratna Bhutam Tvam Devi Loke Manyamahe Vayam, Sa Tvam Asmanupagacha Yato Ratna Bhujo Vayam.
स्त्रीरत्नभूतां त्वां देवि लोके मन्यामहे वयं सा त्वम् अस्मानुपागच्छ यतो रत्नभुजो वयम् स्त्रीरत्नभूतां त्वां देवि लोके मन्यामहे वयं सा त्वम् अस्मानुपागच्छ यतो रत्नभुजो वयम्
त्रिरत्नभूतां त्वां देवि लोके मन्यामहे वयं सा त्वमस्मान् उपागच्छ यतो रत्नभुजो वयं स्त्रीरत्नभूतां त्वां देवि लोके मन्यामहे वयं सा त्वमस्मानुपागच्छ यतो रत्नभुजो वयम्
Mam va mamanujam vapi nishumbham uru vikramam bhajatvam chanchalapangi, shorty, ratna bhutasi vayataha. Mam va mamanujam vapi nishumbham uru vikramam bhajatvam chanchalapangi ratna bhutasi vayataha.
मां वा ममानुजं वापि निशुम्भमुरुविक्रमं भजत्वं चञ्चलापाङ्गिरत्नभूतासि वै यतः मां वा ममानुजं वापि निशुम्भमुरुविक्रमं भजत्वं चञ्चलापाङ्गिरत्नभूतासि वै यतः
मां वा ममानुजं वापि निशुम्भमुरुविक्रमं भजत्वं चञ्चलापाग्निरत्नभूतासि वै यतः
Chanchalapangi, in the second line, middle word, Chanchalapangi.
Okay. मां वा ममानुजं वापि निशुम्भमुरुविक्रमं भजत्वं चञ्चलापाग्निरत्नभूतानि वै यतः
Bhutasi. The
Bhutasi.
Pangi,
Okay.
it's a ing is there, right? Ing sound, but the ga is coming underneath it, right? So Pangi, ga sound.
Pangi. So the girl is heard more.
Yeah, ga is because ing, and then the gi is the Pangi.
Okay. Pangi.
Yeah. Okay. Param Aishwaryam Atulam. It's Param Aishwaryam Atulam. Prapsyase mat parigrahat. Etat buddhya samalochya mat parigrahatam vraja. Paramaishwaryam atulam prapsyase mat parigrahat. Etat buddhya samalochya mat parigrahatam vraja.
परमैश्वर्यमतुलं प्राप्स्यसे मत्परिग्रहात् एतद्बुद्ध्या समालोच्य मत्परिग्रहतां व्रज परमैश्वर्यमतुलं प्राप्स्यसे मत्परिग्रहात् एतद्बुद्ध्या समालोच्य मत्परिग्रहतां व्रज
परमैश्वर्यमतुलं प्राप्स्य से मत्परिग्रहात् एतद्बुद्ध्या समालोच्य मत्परिग्रहतां व्रज परमैश्वर्यमतुलं प्राप्स्य से मत्परिग्रहात् एतद्बुद्ध्या समालोच्य मत्परिग्रहतां व्रज
Rishiruvacha ityukta sa tada devi longi gambhirantaha, put is gambhirantas smita jagau durga bhagavati bhadra yedam daryate jagat. ऋषिरुवाच इत्युक्ता सा तदा देवी गम्भीरान्तस्मिता जगौ दुर्गा भगवती भद्रा येदं धार्यते जगत्
ऋषिरुवाच इत्युक्ता सा तदा देवी गम्भीरान्तस्मिता जगौ दुर्गा भगवती भद्रा एयेदं धार्यते जगत् ऋषिरुवाच इत्युक्ता सा तदा देवी गम्भीरान्तस्मिता जगौ दुर्गा भगवती भद्रा एयेदं धार्यते जगत्
ऋषिरुवाच इत्युक्त्वा सा तदा देवी गम्भीरान्तस्मिता जगौ दुर्गा भगवती भद्राय येदं धार्यते जगत्
Shobhan, ityukta. I think you said va there. Sound indicator there. Ityukta.
Okay. ऋषिरुवाच इत्युक्ता सा तदा देवी गम्भीरान्तस्मिता जगौ दुर्गा भगवती भद्राय येदं धार्यते जगत्
Devyuvacha.
Rajesh ji,
Yes.
who is Rishi here?
Rishi is that the Sumedhas, the Rishi, the main Rishi who's telling the story.
Oh,
So in between he comes and he says so also from the Dutau Vacha in 105 is
Yeah.
the Duta is coming and telling to Devi. Then the Rishi is just kind of giving an interlude in between saying, now that the Duta has said this, having heard this, the Devi now who's the ruler of the supporter of the world is telling this. So he's just giving an in-between line and then the Devi, then Devyo Vacha, and the Devi is speaking in first person. So sometimes it just comes in between, just to kind of what do you call, sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't, just to transition, right?
so he's coming as a narrator, right? In
Yeah, he's
between.
coming as a narrator in between sometimes, yeah, transition points. Devyu Vacha Satyamuktam Tvaya Natra Mithya Kinchit Tvayoditam Trailokyadi Patihi Patish Shumbho Nishumbhaschapi Tadrishaha. Devyuvacha Satyamuktam Tvaya Natra Mithya Kinchit Tvayoditam Trailokyadipatish Shumbho Nishumbhaschapi Tadrishaha.
देव्युवाच सत्यमुक्तं त्वया नात्र मिथ्या किञ्चित् त्वयोदितं त्रैलोक्याधिपतिः शुम्भो निशुम्भश्चापि तादृशः देव्युवाच सत्यमुक्तं त्वया नात्र मिथ्या किञ्चित् त्वयोदितं त्रैलोक्याधिपतिः शुम्भो निशुम्भश्चापि तादृशः
देव्युवाच सत्यमुक्तं त्वया नात्र मिथ्या किञ्चिद्वयोदितं त्रैलोक्याधिपतिः शुम्भो निशुम्भश्चापि तादृशः देव्युवाच सत्यमुक्तं त्वया नात्र मिथ्या किञ्चिद्वयोदितं त्रैलोक्याधिपतिः शुम्भो निशुम्भश्चापि तादृशः
किं त्वत्र यत् प्रतिज्ञातं मिथ्या तत् क्रियते कथं श्रूयताम् अल्पबुद्धित्वात् प्रतिज्ञा या कृता पुरा. So just repeat it one time. I want to finish a couple of stanzas today. किं त्वत्र यत् प्रतिज्ञातं मिथ्या तत् क्रियते कथं श्रूयताम् अल्पबुद्धित्वात् प्रतिज्ञा या कृता पुरा.
किं त्वत्र यत् प्रतिज्ञातं मिथ्या तत् क्रियते कथं श्रूयताम् अल्पबुद्धित्वात् प्रतिज्ञाया कृता पुरा
किं त्वत्र यत् प्रतिज्ञातं मिथ्या तत् क्रियते कथं श्रूयतामल्पबुद्धित्वात् प्रतिज्ञाया कृता पुरा
यो मां जयति संग्रामे यो मे दर्पं व्यपोहति शॉर्टी यो मे प्रतिबलो लोके समे भर्ता भविष्यति. यो मां जयति संग्रामे यो मे दर्पं व्यपोहति यो मे प्रतिबलो लोके समे भर्ता भविष्यति.
यो मां जयति संग्रामे यो मे दर्पं व्यपोहति यो मे प्रतिबलो लोके समे भर्ता भविष्यति.
यो मां जयति संग्रामे यो मे दर्पं व्यपोहति यो मे प्रतिबलो लोके समे भर्ता Bharta Bhavishyati.
Like modern day women. She's saying my husband has to be equal to me. He has to, who can equal to me in my battle, who is able to, be strong enough to remove my pride, who is equal to me in my strength. Only that person can become my bharta, can become my husband here, right? We'll do one more and stop today. Tada gacchatu shumbhotra nishumbho va mahasuraha mam jitva kim chirenatra panim grinnatu me laghu. Short u. Tada gacchatu shumbhotra nishumbho va mahasuraha mam jitva kim chirenatra panim grinnatu me laghu.
Tada gacchatu shumbhotra nishumbho va mahasuraha mam jitva kim chirenatra panim grihatu me laghu.
Laghu, short.
Laghu.
Tada gacchatu shumbhotra nishumbho va mahasuraha mam jitva kim chirenatra panim grihnatu me laghu.
Hari Om. We'll stop here today. So next class, we'll try to finish 6th also. 6th one is a pretty small chapter. It's got about 24 stanzas. And we have about 21, about 10 stanzas left. So I think we should be able to squeeze in and finish 6th chapter also. So I think we'll be able to complete all these 13 before Navaratri for sure, assuming we don't have any obstacles. So, but we won't have too many time for practices. So you all please practice in your regular weekends and other times, right? I will not be able to devote too many classes to practice because we'll try to finish the whole thing by then. Okay.
ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கா போயிட்டு இருக்கு. Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you.
On the story interesting, but we are mixing story and the thing together, right?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So nice. Divide
Rajesh-
பண்ணி படிக்க ஆரம்பிச்சாச்சு. ஒரு word டக்கு அந்த பிரிச்சு படிக்கிறது. So interesting.
Yeah.
Fifth chapter is very good. My favorite.
Yeah.
எல்லாமே பிடிச்சது எனக்கு. I don't know which one to say is best. Very easy. அதனால.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Rajesh.
No, welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, Padma, you were saying something? Yeah. Thank you.
Hi.
Thank you, Rajesh.
Yeah, good. Yes, Padma Garu?
Today when you were telling about the story, I don't want you to stop there. I want you to keep continuing. So
That's what I said. It
interesting.
will go into the 6th chapter, right? That's the problem.
Right.
I
Right.
finished
இந்த
the 5th
மாதிரி
chapter.
இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கா never see the picture as interesting.
I know. It's like the
நாராயணி ரொம்ப டஃபா இருந்தது இல்லையா? நாராயணம் was very tough.
I think because you finished Narayanam, Devi Mahatmyam is sounding easy to that.
இல்ல அது கஷ்டம் தான். அது இப்போ கஷ்டம் தான். Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you, Rajesh.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, Rajesh.